Making headlines this hour, President extends formal commendations to the Maldives Police Service MPS, marking 21 years since the force's reconstitution as a civilian institution. President commemorates the 52nd anniversary of the Maldives National University MNU, praising its long-standing contribution to national development and urging its continued evolution as a sanctuary of academic excellence. President remarks National Grandparents' Day with a tribute to the nation's senior citizens, describing their presence as a divine blessing and the foundation of love and warmth within families. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Minha Maroof. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu extends formal commendations to the Maldives Police Service MPS, marking 21 years since the force's reconstitution as a civilian institution. In a message shared via his official X account, the President praised officers for their diligent and honest hard work day and night, and for serving the public with integrity and moral responsibility. Police Service Day, observed annually on 1st September, marks the civilian reconstitution of the Maldives Police Service in 2004, while the country's original policing institution traces its establishment to 29 March 1933. The modern iteration of the force was established in 2004 when the police were formally separated from the country's unified military structure. That restructuring created an independent law enforcement body under the Ministry of Home Affairs, now the Ministry of Homeland Security and Technology. In his remarks, President Muizzu extended greetings not only to serving officers but also to their families, acknowledging the collective sacrifices made in pursuit of national security. In his message, he underscored the administration's recognition of the police service as a pillar of public trust and institutional integrity. Since its civilian transition, the MPS has undergone significant reform. The enactment of its first dedicated law in 2008 provided a foundational legal framework, while the Police Service Act of 2020 introduced a modern operational philosophy rooted in community policing. The administration of President Muizzu plans to establish police presence on all inhabited islands within the current year, a strategic initiative intended to strengthen public safety infrastructure and deepen community ties. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu commemorates the 52nd anniversary of the Maldives National University MNU, praising its long-standing contribution to national development and urging its continued evolution as a sanctuary of academic excellence.
President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu, in a message shared with his official X account, expressed hope that the university would grow day by day into an increasingly successful and high-quality academic sanctuary. The sentiment was later echoed in a statement from the President's office, which described the anniversary as a milestone for the country's leading institution of higher learning. Founded on 1st September 1973, MNU holds the distinction of being the Maldives' first university and its long-serving provider of tertiary education. Its founding mandate to create, acquire, preserve, and disseminate knowledge remains central to its mission of improving individual livelihoods and advancing the nation's cultural, social, and economic development. That mission now extends across the country. MNU serves the largest student population of any higher education institution in the country, offering more than 200 academic programs ranging from foundation-level qualifications to doctoral degrees. Its reach goes beyond the capital. In addition to its principal campuses in Male, the university operates 4 regional campuses across the atolls. reflecting a strategic commitment to broadening educational access and strengthening academic standards nationwide.
President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu marks National Grandparents' Day with a tribute to the nation's senior citizens, describing their presence as a divine blessing and the foundation of love and warmth within families. His message, shared via his official X account, reflected the administration's recognition of the enduring role grandparents play in shaping both domestic life and the broader social fabric. His remarks underscored their influence in fostering intergenerational unity and emotional resilience within households. That sentiment was echoed by First Lady Sajida Muhammad, who affirmed the significance of grandmothers and grandfathers in upholding familial bonds and cultivating a society characterized by love and compassion. She offered her prayers and best wishes to grandparents nationwide, highlighting their contribution to nurturing empathy and continuity across generations. The Maldives formally introduced National Grandparents' Day in 2020, designating 1st September as an annual occasion to honor the contributions of senior citizens. The observance serves not only as a gesture of gratitude, but also a reaffirmation of the legacy grandparents impart through child-rearing cultural preservation and the reinforcement of family structures. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu and Nepali Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli pledges to deepen cooperation in education, economic diversification, and regional engagement. The discussions were held on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Summit at the Tianjin Meijiang Convention Center. During the meeting, the two leaders reaffirmed the enduring friendship and strong bilateral ties between the Maldives and Nepal. They expressed mutual commitment to further strengthening cooperation in key areas, including education, economic diversification, and collaboration within multilateral platforms. The discussions reflected a shared vision of enhancing regional cooperation and promoting sustainable development through deeper bilateral engagement. Concluding the meeting, President Dr. Muizzu expressed his gratitude for Nepal's continued support, and both leaders agreed to work closely towards achieving tangible outcomes in areas of mutual interest. Minister of Economic Development and Trade Mohammed Saeed says Maldives and China have created new pathways for mutual growth, hailing the strengthening economic cooperation between the two countries. In a post on social media platforms in connection with President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping during the former's ongoing visit to China, Minister Saeed said the relationship between the two countries has stood the test of time while it continues to strengthen. The President's office had said discussions during the meeting between President Xi and President Dr. Muizzu on Sunday focused on key areas of cooperation, including economic development, trade and investment, security collaboration, and fostering people-to-people connections. President Xi reaffirmed China's commitment to providing full support to the Maldives in achieving its national development goals and emphasized the importance of continuing the result-oriented partnership. It added both leaders agreed to further elevate China-Maldives relations under the Comprehensive Strategic Cooperative Partnership 2024 to 2028. President Dr. Muizzu is currently undertaking an official visit to China at the invitation of President Xi Jinping to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Summit in Tianjin, China. This is his second visit to China since assuming office in November 2023, underscoring the growing partnership and deepening ties between the Maldives and China. In a call to action for self-improvement and proactive engagement, the Minister of Homeland Security and Technology, Ali Ihsan, urges police officers to take the initiative in their professional development. The Home Minister, highlighting the government's commitment to enhancing policing resources and infrastructure during his address at the annual Police Service Day ceremony, emphasized the importance of police officers taking the initiative in their professional development to better serve the community and adapt to emerging challenges, particularly in the realm of cybercrime. The minister underscored the government's dedication to establishing better facilities, offering comprehensive training programs, and ensuring that officers have the tools they need to navigate the evolving landscape of crime. With cybercrime becoming increasingly prevalent to modern society, Minister Ihsan called for a concerted effort to develop specialized training aimed at preventing these offenses. Moreover, the minister addressed the broader societal implications of policing, emphasizing the vital role of the police in fostering unity within the community. Recognizing the various challenges that threaten societal cohesion, he advocated for programs that promote peace and mutual respect among citizens. Police Service Day, established in 2004 to celebrate the transition of police forces into civilian services, brings together officers and leaders to reflect on the growth and responsibilities of law enforcement in society. The ceremony this year also honored long-serving police officers who have dedicated their careers to public service, presenting memorial plaques to those who served between 20 and 35 years. The Maldives tourism sector continues its impressive growth trajectory. August tourist arrivals marks a significant 9% increase compared to the same period last year. A total of 192,058 visitors flocked to the island nation in August, averaging 6,195 arrivals daily. According to data released by the Ministry of Tourism and Environment, this influx represents an uptick from the previous 3 months. The robust performance in August contributes to a year-to-date total of 1,486,926 tourist arrivals in the first 8 months of the year, reflecting a healthy 9.4% increase over the same period last year. China remains the leading source market for Maldivian tourism, with 235,245 arrivals recorded during the first 8 months of the year. Other key markets include Russia with 177,581 visitors, followed by the United Kingdom with 134,114, Italy with 106,230, and Germany with 102,496. The majority of tourists continue to favor resorts, with 73.4% of visitors choosing this accommodation type in the first 8 months, accounting for over 1 million tourists. Guest houses remain a popular choice, hosting 91.9% of tourists, while hotels catered to 2.6% of visitors. The Maldives currently boasts 1,250 tourist attractions in operation, supported by a total of 64,394 available beds. Buoyed by the strong arrival figures, the government is confident in achieving its ambitious target of attracting 2.3 million tourists this year. This target, set by President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu, reflects the country's continued appeal as a premier destination despite global economic uncertainties. Officials anticipate meeting this goal before the end of the year, further solidifying the Maldives' position on the global tourism map. The Minister of Sports, Fitness and Recreation, Abdullah Rafiu, makes a strong commitment to reinvigorate the spirit of football across the Maldives. Emphasizing the importance of the sport to the nation, in a recent exclusive interview with PSM News, Minister Rafiu stated that the government would provide unwavering support to the Football Association of Maldives, FAM, in its efforts to restore football's prominence in the country. With a focus on collaboration and community engagement, the minister laid out a comprehensive strategy aimed at promoting football and nurturing new talent through well-organized tournaments. Minister Rafiu emphasized the ministry's role as a facilitator rather than an overseer, making it clear that the FAM will retain autonomy in organizing and conducting tournaments. The minister has outlined a plan that includes identifying and nurturing talented players through nationwide competitions. Maldives Ports Limited, MPL, announces it will implement an electronic vehicle queue system at the Hurumala terminal to streamline the discharge of goods and improve service efficiency. The new system, set to go live on 21st September, is part of MPL's broader initiative to enhance the quality and speed of its services to the public. The electronic queue will replace the current manual process, which is expected to significantly reduce wait times and congestion at the terminal. To register for the new system, individuals must download a registration form from the MPL website and submit it to the company's office. MPL has also released specific criteria for vehicle owners to participate in the electronic queue. Notably, applicants who are currently registered at the Malé Commercial Harbour Vehicle Queue Counter must submit a formal letter requesting removal from the queue along with their new registration form. They must also have their registration officially cancelled at the Malé Commercial Harbour Queue Counter. Other key requirements include: the vehicle owner must be a Maldivian citizen, vehicles must be registered in Zone A, and vehicles weighing 1 ton and above will be classified as pickups. The introduction of the electronic queue system is the latest step in MPL's efforts to modernize and expedite port operations, a development expected to be welcomed by importers and the public alike. The Bank of Maldives, BML, announces the opening of applications for its 2025 Startup Grant, a program aimed at empowering emerging entrepreneurs. The initiative targets businesses that have been in operation for less than 1 year, offering 3 new startups a grant of around $32,425. This year's grant has been expanded to support 3 businesses instead of the usual 2, in celebration of BML's Islamic's 10th anniversary. The selected startups will also receive valuable business information and support, including expert financial advice from the bank to help guide the successful implementation of their business plans. The deadline for applications is 4 p.m. on 7 September. To be considered, applicants must submit a detailed business proposal outlining their business idea. The opportunity is open to individuals who wish to start a business in any sector, provided the proposed business is not yet registered or has been registered for less than 1 year. A special evaluation committee appointed by the bank will select the winning businesses. As part of the 2-stage evaluation process, a total of 10 applicants will be shortlisted based on their business proposals and will be required to give a pitch presentation to the committee. BML has a successful track record with its Startup Grant program, which was first launched in 2022. According to the bank, businesses previously awarded the grant have gone on to operate successfully. BML encourages interested individuals and businesses to apply for the grant to help foster the startup culture in the Maldives and contribute to the country's economic development. The Federal Register says that the United States makes it more difficult for chip makers Samsung and SK Hynix to produce chips in China by revoking authorizations that allow the companies to receive American semiconductor manufacturing equipment there. Companies will now need to obtain licenses to buy the equipment for China. The federal filing also included Intel among the companies that lost their authorization for China, although Intel sold its Dalian China unit in a deal that was finalized this year. The revocations will take effect in 120 days, according to the posting. The Commerce Department said in its statement that the United States plans to grant license applications to allow the companies to operate their existing facilities in China, but does not intend to grant licenses to expand capacity or upgrade technology. SK Hynix said in a statement that it will maintain close communication with both Korean and the US governments to take necessary measures to minimize the impact on our business. Samsung did not respond to a request for comment. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi says that the Shanghai Cooperation Organization can be a guiding light for multilateralism and inclusive world order. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has stated that India has always believed that stronger connectivity can open the gates for not just business but trust and development as well, during his attendance at the SCO summit in Beijing. The security-focused bloc, which began as a group of 6 Eurasian nations, has expanded to 10 permanent members and 16 dialogue and observer countries in recent years. Modi is set to hold talks with President Vladimir Putin on the sidelines of the summit, days after the US administration imposed 50% tariffs on Indian goods, citing New Delhi's purchases of Russian oil. Liverpool agreed a deal to sign Swedish striker Alexander Isak from Newcastle United on a long-term contract for a British record fee of around $175 million. Protracted negotiations over the deal have dominated the Premier League transfer window, which closed on 1st September, with a Liverpool bid of $155 million for the 25-year-old rejected earlier in August. Neither Liverpool nor Newcastle immediately responded to a request for comment outside normal business hours. Isak scored 23 league goals last season to guide Newcastle back to the Champions League with a 5th-placed finish, while he also scored in the League Cup final against Liverpool to give them their first domestic trophy in 70 years. He did not join Newcastle on their pre-season tour and was forced to train separately in a tense standoff with the club, which manager Eddie Howe grimly described as a lose-lose situation. Isak, however, accused Newcastle of breaking promises and misleading supporters in a statement that confirmed he wanted to leave the North East club, saying that change was in the best interests of everyone. Apple farmers in northern Italy finds a new way of getting their harvest down the hills and into storage in caves below, a cable car system dedicated to transporting their fruit. The cable car line in the Val di Non in the Dolomites covers a distance of 1.3 kilometers, 0.8 miles, and a 90-meter drop. Officials from the local Melinda apple producing consortium estimate it will eliminate 5,000 lorry trips annually. It can carry 460 containers over the course of an hour, each weighing 300 kilograms. The cable car was developed by specialist Italian company Leitner and local workers, with 40% of the funding coming from the European Union's post-COVID recovery funds. Melinda President Ernesto Seppi called the cableway a source of pride and a part of a broader sustainability strategy that includes the use of renewable energy, drip irrigation to help conserve water, and natural cold storage. And that's all we have for now. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a pleasant day ahead.